yes.
Hello. Hare Krishna.
First calling Gauranga. No, before that, Mahavishnu initiated Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya calling Gauranga. Then Gauranga meets Hajimata. The paintings are there. Hajimata Actually, tomorrow, no, it is rush. But today we have మాతాజీ ఉరుండి పిల్లలు రేలా
Ashadana His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Samstapaka Acharya, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Pravishta Vishnupad, Srila Bhakta Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Renchika Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Acharya, Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna, Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kundara Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Mayapur Dham ki jai. Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya ki jai. Dropi Maharani Bhakti Devi ki jai. Durga Dhamma Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. All glories to Sambhu, all glories to Sambhu, all glories to Sambhu, all glories Shri Guru Shri Gauranga, all glories Srila Prabhupada.
We welcome you to the house of Advaita Acharya in Santipur, and we're fortunate to have with us His Holiness Bhagavan Mahavishnu and Sadasiva Maharaj, and he will discuss some of the significance of this place. Thank you. Om Jnanatmarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Santipur is one of the holy places, very holy places, within the Goramandala Bhumi. The Santipur was the residence of Sri Advaita Acharya. He lived here with his family. He had two wives actually. One was Sita and the other was Sri Devi. So he had 6 sons also. And of the 6 sons, 3 were devotees, but 3 had become smarter Brahmins. Actually, Advaita Acharya is a Brahmin. He was the leader of the Brahmin community here. But he was a devotee also. He wasn't just an ordinary Brahmana. He was a Vaishnava of the highest. That's why he's Advaita, and that's why he's Acharya. He's teaching all of us by his wonderful example. So it was Advaita Acharya, when he was residing here, that he called to the Lord to come from the spiritual world. He found a verse in the scriptures which said, if you offer Ganga water with tulsi leaves to the Lord becomes obligated to that devotee. So Advaita Acharya, although he is Mahavishnu and Sadasiva, he himself thought it was impossible for him to deliver all the souls of the material world. And he wanted the Supreme Personality of Godhead should come. He said, Swayam Bhagavan has to come. Advaita Acharya thought, I cannot do it. Although he is Mahavishnu, although he is Vishnu Tattva, but he said, I cannot do it. I need the Supreme Lord. He has to personally come and deliver all the souls. So Ganga used to flow here, and Advaita Acharya, when he was residing here, he would offer the tulsi leaves into the Ganga, and he would call to the Lord to come, please, please, you come here. And at that time, Advaita Acharya was in the company of Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur had come also to live here in Santipur. You can see over there, it's the temple of Haridas. So Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name. Over there they say Haridas was initiated by Advaita Acharya, but we never heard that anywhere. Haridas Thakur was chanting every day 3 lakh names. So if you just chant all day and don't do anything else, you don't need initiation. If you're just going to chant, you're not going to do anything else, you're not going to say anything or speak or do anything, ask any questions, you don't want to hear, you just chant, okay, you don't need initiation, just chant. It says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, you don't need initiation for chanting the holy name. If you're just going to chant, but if you see that purport in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are 5 pages, and Prabhupada emphatically declares, it quotes the commentaries of different acharyas, that you do need initiation. That's very important, you have to get initiation. Anyway, Haridas was a very special personality. He was Lord Brahma and Prahlad Maharaj, and he came to take part in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And it said that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world, at that time Advaita Acharya and Haridas together, they were chanting the holy name here in Santipur. They were in ecstasy, dancing and chanting the holy name. So Advaita Acharya had another house up in Mayapur, just near to the Yoga Peeth. And when Sachimata gave birth to a child, then Advaita Acharya went there with his wife and they went to see the child. And at that time Advaita Acharya didn't know, is this the Lord or not? He didn't know what's happening. But anyway, later on, more and more signs were visible. And Advaita Acharya understood that this Nimai Pandit is actually the Lord himself, he's come. So, down the hill here, you can see the place where Madhavendra Puri gave initiation to Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya was initiated himself by Madhavendra Puri, very, very great spiritual master. And Madhavendra Puri's 2 prominent disciples were Advaita Acharya and Ishwara Puri. And later on, Ishwara Puri went on to become the Acharya after Madhavendra Puri, and Ishwara Puri also became the spiritual master, the Diksha Guru of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Advaita Acharya received Madhavendra Puri here in this place, and he understood Madhavendra Puri was a great devotee, was a great sannyasi, and he took shelter, took initiation from him. And on the left side, as you go down the hill, there's two places. The one place is where he took initiation. The other place is where it said 3 Prabhus are resting. The 3 Prabhus are Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Acharya. That the 3 of them sat together and honored prasadam there. So it's a very holy place. Lord Chaitanya, after he would come here regularly. Lord Chaitanya would come here regularly. Sometimes he would just swim down the Ganga, and by swimming down the Ganga, he'd come here to Santipur. And there are different pastimes mentioned. Lord Chaitanya would always respect Advaita Acharya because Advaita Acharya was so much elder than him. Advaita Acharya was like his grandfather almost. So Lord Chaitanya would always give great respect to Advaita Acharya, but Advaita Acharya wanted to respect Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he considered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the Supreme Lord, and he felt very pained when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would respect him. So Advaita Acharya devised a plan to make Chaitanya Mahaprabhu angry. And he did it by preaching Mayavadi philosophy. And he got the book called the Yoga Vashishta. And in the Yoga Vashishta, it speaks that the goal of life is Brahman. And we should become one with the Supreme. And we must merge into the oneness. And Advaita Acharya was speaking about Sayuja Mukti. We have to get Sayuja Mukti. We want to become one with the Lord. And so news came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard about this, then he was very angry. He was very angry. And he came all the way from Mayapur down here, and he got Advaita Acharya, threw him on the ground, and he beat him. And Advaita Acharya's wife Sachi came and pleaded, "Oh, please, please, you kill my husband. Oh, please don't kill my husband." So in this way, Advaita Acharya was very happy. He thought, "Oh, now I like this. This is good. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving me real mercy." He wanted that Mahaprabhu would not respect him. And so he was so happy when Lord Chaitanya was beating him. So the many wonderful pastimes took place here. After Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he wanted to go immediately to Vrindavan. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas in Katwa. We were up in Katwa yesterday, and we heard about Katwa. And so he wanted to go immediately to Vrindavan. And Lord Nityananda tricked him a little bit, and he was asking, "Is this the way? Is this the Vrindavan?" And they saw cows, and Mahaprabhu thought, "Oh, cows? Oh yeah, it must be Vrindavan, all the cows, so many cows are there." And Nityananda, yeah, well go ahead, go ahead. And so they were going, and they were going and going, and then they saw the river, they said, "Oh, Yamuna!" And then Advaita Acharya appeared in the boat. And Lord Chaitanya was surprised and said, "Advaita, how did you get here in Vrindavan?" And Lord Chaitanya said, "My Lord, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan." And so Advaita Acharya brought Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and the other devotees who had been there at the sannyas ceremony. He brought them all here to this place, Santipur. And then Lord Nityananda sent devotee, "Go back to Mayapur and tell all the devotees to come. And tell them that Nimai Pandit's taking sannyas, is here in Santipur, everyone should come. And bring Sachi Mata." So the mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she also came. You can see the picture down there in the little altar down there. Beautiful picture. Mother Sachi came and saw her son as a sannyasi. So they had a big festival here for 10 days. And the whole day they would be discussing topics of Krishna. And then at night they'd have kirtan. And everybody was, and Mother Sachi, she's cooking for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's her last opportunity to cook for her son. So she was cooking, and Advaita Acharya arranged everything, all the supplies. And the other event which takes place here is the Santipur festival, which is tomorrow on the Dwadasi, because tomorrow is the disappearance day of the Guru of Advaita Acharya, Madhavendra Puri. And so Advaita Acharya always honoured the disappearance of his Guru, and he would have a huge feast and distribute prasadam for all the people, everyone. You know, in India there's a lot of people everywhere, and whenever there's a festival and prasadam distribution, there'll be more people. Where do they come from? We don't know. Maybe the demigods all come from the higher planets. They all come, they all want to get prasadam. But there's always thousands of people, and if you come here tomorrow, there'll be thousands of people, and everyone who serves prasadam, everyone who cooks for the prasadam, and everyone who honors the prasadam, they all get Krishna Prem. That's the benediction of coming to that place on the disappearance day of Madhavendra Puri. They get love of God. So here's Ato Krishna Prabhu. He will tell you more about this holy place.
Doya Koro Shitapati, Advaita Goshai, Tova Kripa Bale Bhai Chaitanya Nidai, Advaita Thakur ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki, Namavedha Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. A little more on this topic of Sachimata coming here, as Maharaj explained. All of the Navadip residents came at that time. All of the men, all of the women, all of the children, they all came to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, having just taken sannyas. And when Sachimata came, she was brought on a palanquin from Navadip by Chandrasekhar. A palanquin all the way, carried on a palanquin. And so she came because she was so respected by the Navadip Basis, Sachimata, Mahaprabhu's mother. And when she first saw Nimai with his shaven head, Mahaprabhu fell down and paid obeisances, namaskar, at the lotus feet of Sachimata. And then she saw him, she took him on her lap, and she's crying and she's caressing his body again and again, filled with tears. And then she spoke. It's very interesting what she said. I'll read a few verses from Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 3. Kandiya Kohen Shachi, Bachare Nimai, Bisharup Shamana, Koroho Niturai, Bisharup Shamaha. She says, oh Bachare Nimai, Bacha means my baby. Bachare Nimai, do not do like Visharup. Do not do like Visharup, who we never saw again. We never heard anything of again. As soon as Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata, they just briefly were discussing, oh, now the time of Visharup's wedding has come, he's reached the age for marriage. They just said that. And Visharup could hear. Next day he was gone. And no one ever heard anything about him again. And Visharup was the jewel of the Vaishnava society in Navadip. Every day he would come to Advaita Thakur's house in Navadip and speak on Gita. And Advaita Thakur, he would stop doing puja and stand up and receive Visharup and embrace him. And Visharup took sannyasa. The word is Niturai, means the cruelty. Do not be cruel like Visharup. Mahaprabhu replies, Jani Banna Jani, Koilo Jadapi Shanash. He's saying that knowingly or unknowingly, somehow I have taken this sannyas. Tatapi tomare kobu nahibo udash, but I will never be indifferent to you. Now this is very interesting because at this place, we just imagine the atmosphere that Mahaprabhu suddenly took sannyas. He took sannyas to expand the preaching. More deki shaitori charon emoto udharibu shakal bhuvan. The smartas, the shaktas, the atheists, and they're criticizing me They're chasing, they're planning to beat me. So when they see me in the sannyasi vesh, then more deki she dharibe charan. They will fall down at my feet, hold my feet. In this way I will deliver the whole world. For that reason, Mahaprabhu, he suddenly took sannyas, without telling any of the Navadip Vasis. A few devotees, Mukunda, Gadadha, Chandrasekhar, a few devotees he mentioned. And then he left, he was gone. And then Nityananda Prabhu, as Maharaj described, arranged. The boys, you say, when you ask where is Vrindavan, you point him in the direction of the Ganga. So he came here to go. Nityananda Prabhu, devotee care. Devotee care. How can the Navadip Devasis tolerate Mahaprabhu suddenly taking sannyas? At least give us some time to associate with him. So then all the Navadip Vasis came here. You could imagine those kirtans. Nityananda Goshai, Mahaprabhu, Advaita Thakur, Gadadha Pandit dancing, the Panchatattva dancing at night. All the Navadip Vasis, Mahaprabhu in sannyasi vesh. They know he's leaving. They know he's leaving for sannyas. Imagine the bhav of those kirtans. Mahaprabhu is saying that to such. So from here, Mahaprabhu decides to go to Jagannath Puri. Prior to coming here, that decision wasn't made. So this is very interesting why he decides to go to Jagannath Puri. Let's hear. So Mahaprabhu responds to Sachimata, Tumi jaha koro, Tumi jaha koho, Ami tahan rahibo. Tumi jaha koro, where you say, Ami tahan rahibo, there I will stay. Where you say, where you tell me to stay, there I will stay. Tumi she agya koro, she to koribo, whatever you order me, I will do. Eta boli puna puna kore namaskar, saying this again and again, Mahaprabhu offering obeisances to Sachimata. Tushta hoya ai koile kohe barba. Sorry, that's tushta hoya ai kole. Again, it is being satisfied with that statement. Mahaprabhu is saying, she's coming. He suddenly took sannyas, his son. Vishwarup gone. You know, before Vishwarup was born, Sachimata had 6 daughters. They all passed away. Imagine how attached she was to Vishwarup. Vishwarup took sannyas. Imagine how attached she was to Nimai. Jagannath Mishra, he left the world. Therefore we chant Jai Shachinandan, Jai Shachinandan, Jai Shachinandan, Gaud Hari. Jai Shachinandan. He's the dearest of Ma Sachi. So when he said that, wherever you order, then I will stay there. She was satisfied. She was appeased, and so she took him on his lap, on her lap again and again. Let's hear the devotees who were here at that time. Some of the devotees, Kaviraj Goswami mentions, who were present during this event. Because by hearing their names we're purified. Gaudange Rashangi Gone Nitta Shidha Korimone. These are all the eternal Brajabashis from Vrindavan who appeared in Gaurmandal Bhumi to associate with Krishna in the form of Shachinanda. Srivashramai, Bidyanidhi, Godadhar, Gangadash, Bakresha, Murari, Shuklambar, Buddhimanta Khan, Nandan, Shrida, Bijoy, Basudev, Damodar, Mukund, Sanjay. Kota Nam, Laibo, Jota Navadip Bashi. Kota Nam Laibo, how many names I will say? Jota Navadip Bashi, all of the residents of Navadip. Jota Navadip Bashi. Shabade, Milila Prabhu, Kripa Drishti Hashi. Seeing them all come, Mahaprabhu bestowed his merciful glance upon them and was very happy. So the devotees were serving Mahaprabhu, Thakur, Advaita Prabhu. He was arranging the prasadam. And then other devotees were inviting Mahaprabhu, please, can we cook, can we feed you during that 10-day period? So hearing this, Mother Sachi explained that at least give me the opportunity to cook every day here. Because if you can, wherever he goes, you Prabhus, you can go, you can see him. But when will I see him again? So at least give me the opportunity that I'm cooking only Sachimata for that 10-day period. And during those kirtans in the evening, Sachimata would cook the feasts, prasadam, in the day there was interaction, Advaita Acharya, the Panchatattva, all the Navadip Vasis, and in the evening Kirtan. Kirtan korite Prabhu, Sharva Bhavu Doi. Kirtan korite Prabhu, Sharva Bhavu Doi. All of the ecstatic symptoms would manifest in Sharva Bhavu Doi. All of the symptoms of love of Godhead would manifest in Mahaprabhu during those kirtans. Stamba Kampa, Pulakashru, Godgoda, Pralai. Stamba. As a stamba, he would become stunned. Kampa, his body would tremble and quiver. Pulakashru, his hair would stand on end. Godgoda, his voice would choke up. And Pralai, means devastation. What is devastation? Devastation, whatever that is. And he would smash to the ground in the kirtans, quivering, his hair standing on end, stamba, he would smash to the ground. Seeing this, Shachimata, she cried, "Alas! Alas! My dear Lord," she prayed to Lord Narayan, "My dear Lord, please bestow upon me this one benediction." Shachimata, at this place she prayed. Balkhale hoite tomare je koilo shebon tar epol more dehu narayan. Balkhale hoito tomar she koilo shebon. All of the service I have done to you since childhood. Balkhale she sheba. Tar epol, the fruit of that. The fruit of all of that savor I have done to you since childhood. The fruit of that. Tar epol more deho narayan. Give me a benediction. Give me a benediction. This is very interesting. All of the service I've done, the fruit of that, I want a benediction. Give me a benediction. Narayan. Very interesting. Je kale nimai pore dharani upore biata jena nahi lage nimai shorire. Je kale, that time, nimai pore dharani upore, when he falls on the earth, when he crashes to the earth, that time, biata jena nahi lage nimai shorire, he will feel no pain in his body. So when Mother Sachi, she made this request about that only I will cook, hearing this, Mahaprabhu could understand that the devotees were all, they were in anxiety. There was a great anxiety. So then he began to speak. This is also very interesting. It's almost like he regrets taking sannyas. Well, not exactly regrets, but it's a painful situation for Mahaprabhu also. And he speaks. He says that, although I've suddenly accepted the renounced order, but I will never be indifferent to you. I cannot give you up. Shannashir dharma nahe, shannash koriya, nija janmashtane rahe kutumbalaya. It's not the duty of a sannyasi. Sannyas dharma nahe, nija janmashtane rahe. Sannyasi is not allowed to remain in his birthplace. Kutumbalaya, with his relatives. This is not the duty of this is the dharma, sannyas dharma. So make some arrangement. Mahaprabhu says, make some arrangement whereby I can not leave you. That's everybody. That's all the Navadip Vasis and Sachimata. Not leave you. And at the same time, no one will blame me. No one will blame me. Criticize me. Shanna shira alpa kidra sharbalo gai. Because even a little discrepancy in the behavior of a sannyasi, that becomes advertised everywhere. So I accepted sannyas to induce people to respect me, to get the blessings of Krishna. And if there's one little discrepancy, then this is unacceptable. But I cannot give you up. So make an arrangement. So then all the devotees, they looked at Sachimata, because Mahaprabhu had said, wherever you say, I will stay, and your order I will accept. So they all looked at Sachimata. And then Sachimata said, well, yes, it's my great happiness. It will be my great happiness if Nimai stays in Mayapur, in Navadip. But it will be more painful for me if I hear people criticize him. Tate e jukta bhalo, moremon lai. So therefore, moremon lai, in my mind, I'm thinking this is a good solution. Tate jukta bhalo, moremon lai, nila chale rahe, jari dui karja hoy. Nila chale rahe. You stay in Nila Chal, Jagannath Puri, and then a dui karja hoy lai. Dui karja hoy. Then these two dharmas you can fulfill. Because Jagannath Puri and Mayapur, like two rooms in the one house. And there's always coming and going. Mayapur, from Bengal, go to Hoyte. Devotees will go to Jagannath Puri for Jagannath Darshan. And from Puri, the Utkal, Nilachal, devotees will come to Gaudadesh for Mahaganga Snan. So they will be coming and going. I will get news. And in this way I will be able to sustain my life. And then she says, Tumi, she says to Mahaprabhu, Tumi, Shah, Korite, Paro, Gamon, Agamon. She says to all the devotees, Tumi, Shah, Korite, Paro, Gamon, Agamon, you can all go. And in that way I will get news when you come back. Ganga Shnan Kobu, Hobe, Tar, Agamon. Ganga Shnan Kobu, Hobe, Tar, Agamon. And he may also come. He may also come to take bath in Mahaganga. And in Puri, Mahaprabhu said that to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Roy, that when he was they gave him permission to go to Vrindavan after 2 years, South Indian tour 2 years. Then they kept him in Puri. And then eventually he was requesting again and again, let me go to Vrindavan. And eventually they gave permission. And then he said, go to Hoyte Moduri Shama Shai. In Gaudadesh I have 2 shelters. Janani, Janodhi, Eidui, Doyamoy. Ma Ganga and Sachimata. They're very merciful. So I will go to Vrindavan via Bengal. And again Mahaprabhu came to Santipur at that time. So he did come to take part in the Ganga as Sachimata predicted. Shuni Bhaktagan Tare Koryala Shtaban. Hearing Mother Sachi say this, that you stay in Nilachal, Jagannath Puri. Shuni Bhaktagan Tare, Koryala, Shtaban, they all offered prayers. Shtaban, they all offered prayers to Mother Sachi. Veda Agya Jaite Mata Tomar Bachan, and whatever Tomar Bachan, whatever Mother Sachi says, that is like a Vedic injunction. So they're all very pleased, and in this way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from here he took permission from all the devotees and he began his journey to Jagannath Puri. Panchatattva ki, Advaita Thakur ki, Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki, Shamaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Offerings going on? Yeah, so we can have kirtan. We have kirtan. That'd be nice. Yeah, we didn't have much kirtan yesterday. We'll have more kirtan. Ato Krishna Prabhu sing Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Vaya Paramore.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Svayam Tomagina Kegayanu Jagadarshanshare Udita Pavana Hetu Bhagavatara Moshamapunita Prabhu Napaive Ara Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Shuki Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Shuki Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Shuki Ami Bodo Drugi Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Toya Koro More Toya Koro Shitopoti Advaita Acharya Toya Koro Shitopoti Advaita Acharya Chaitanya Leta Aha Sharup Shanatana Rupa Raghunatha Vatajuga Shri Devaha Prabhu Lokanatha Doya Guru Shri Acharya Prabhu Ramachandra Shanga Mage Narottamada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Acharya Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shiva Shri Hare Krishna
There's Haridas Thakur's temple, Nikkei, YouTube natin tigban.
咱们去顶戴还是萨库的庙。
Thank you.